Water and human relationships form the cornerstone of our existence, shaping not only the quality of our lives but also the depths of our contentment. Yet, it is curious how often we neglect the profound impact of these two forces: how we drink water and whom we permit into our inner circle on our health, vitality, and emotional equilibrium. Astonishingly, the vast majority fail to recognize how such oversights drain their energy and cloud their judgment. Today, let us reflect upon the essential nature of water as more than a mere quencher of thirst, and upon the significant role our environment plays in determining the course of our lives. Consider water, an element we consume daily, often without thought or care. Have you paused to ask yourself if you are drinking it in a manner befitting its importance? Many fall into grave errors, imbibing insufficient amounts or neglecting its purity in favor of sugary drinks, tea, or coffee. Such choices, though small in appearance, bear heavy consequences. Even minor dehydration diminishes our vitality, blunts our focus, and weakens the body's defenses. Persist in these habits, and you court chronic ailments that could have been easily avoided. Equally, the temperature of the water we consume bears significance. Cold water, though refreshing, can impede digestion and provoke discomfort. Conversely, warm water aids metabolism, cleanses the body, and fosters overall well-being. Do you measure how much water passes your lips each day? A deficiency less than 1.5 liters daily takes its toll on your skin, your internal balance, and even your emotional state. To drink water wisely is no trivial matter, but a cornerstone of both physical health and mental clarity. Let us now turn our attention to a second, equally weighty subject: the company we keep. You may have heard it said, we are the average of the 5 people with whom we spend the most time. This observation is not without merit. Those around us shape our thoughts, refine our habits, and, indeed, chart our future. Yet, discerning those who uplift us from those who deplete us is no simple task. Toxic relationships often wear subtle disguises. They may manifest as individuals who ceaselessly criticize, manipulate through guilt, or exploit your goodwill. They might smile warmly but leave a shadow over your soul. Such people could be coworkers sowing discord, acquaintances who belittle your accomplishments, or even loved ones who sap your confidence and self-worth. Be mindful, these bonds are not merely inconvenient but can erode your emotional fortitude over time. A telltale sign of such toxicity is the weariness left in its wake. If you often feel drained, irritable, or dispirited after interacting with someone, take heed. It may be a sign that they draw energy from you, leaving little for your own endeavors and aspirations. The Stoic path offers guidance in navigating these challenges. We are taught that while we cannot alter the character of others, we can master our own reactions. If someone persistently violates your peace or strains your emotional reserves, it is wise to question their place in your life. Distance, though difficult, may be the truest act of self-preservation. In this discourse, we shall explore the errors most commit when consuming water and learn how to correct them. We shall see how the simple act of drinking water properly can enhance not only our physical health, but also our energy and appearance. Furthermore, we shall uncover 12 signs by which to identify and avoid toxic influences. Lastly, we shall draw upon the wisdom of Stoic philosophy to shield ourselves from the harm inflicted by such negativity. Stay with us, for ahead lies knowledge that may shift your perspective and elevate your existence. Water and relationships are not mere background elements of life. They are its very foundation. By approaching them with care and discernment, you pave the way to a healthier body, a serene mind, and a life rich in purpose and fulfillment. Have you ever wondered what is the essence of a truly harmonious relationship? What becomes their cornerstone? Trust, respect, emotional balance, or the ability to notice signs that indicate the need for decisive action? In this reflection, we will explore not only the basic elements of healthy interaction, but also focus on those signs that will tell you when to put your well-being in the foreground. These guidelines will help you realize when a relationship loses its support and begins to harm your inner world. Stay with us to learn how to defend your dignity and form connections that will support your well-being for many years to come. A detrimental effect on the state of mind is the first of these signs. If you constantly feel anxiety, sadness, or inner discord in a relationship, it can destroy the fragile harmony that everyone aspires to. Moreover, such connections can make it difficult to think clearly and move away from a life filled with virtue. Stoicism reminds us that maintaining inner peace is the greatest virtue, and it teaches us to accept adversity, loss, and even resentment as an integral part of life. Through overcoming these trials, the true vocation is revealed. This path does not promise ease, but it offers practices that strengthen our balance even in difficult times. Harmful connections are manifested not only through mental experiences, but also in physical signals: loss of strength, sleep disorders, or digestive disorders. Such signs indicate that the dynamics of a relationship are destroying your well-being and require rethinking. The first step is to protect mental health, which may require difficult decisions, from limiting communication to completely severing ties with those who bring pain. This is not just an act of self-care, but an affirmation of the right to an environment conducive to your growth. Freed from the destructive influence, we not only protect our minds, but also learn to live more consciously, following the path of virtue. Seeking support from friends, family, or professionals can be an important part of restoring inner harmony. By strengthening relationships that inspire and empower, we confirm our commitment to the peace of the soul and virtue, because it is in them that a truly fulfilling life is rooted. A constant lack of respect. Respect is not a superficial form of courtesy, but the cornerstone of any decent union. If you are regularly humiliated or your dignity is neglected, it is worth considering. Is this not a harbinger of destructive changes? Distance in such cases is not a weakness, but a manifestation of inner strength and self-respect. This step allows you to rethink your own principles, reassert your values, and declare your inviolability. Clear boundaries set with respect become the basis for creating a relationship where mutual honor reigns. Where there is respect, a person finds the ground for growth, spiritual renewal, and harmony. Realizing how important this quality is, we give ourselves the opportunity to reevaluate our surroundings and deepen our connections with those who really appreciate us. At the same time, it is a reminder of the importance of respect not only in relationships, but also in everyone's life. Its absence can destroy both individuals and entire societies. The beginning of a brighter and healthier relationship lies in the realization of this truth. Mismatch of values, the coincidence of life principles, is a connecting thread that strengthens the closeness between people. When our beliefs based on ethics and personal ideals collide with the principles of another person, it creates not only disagreements, but also deep mental anguish. Such conflicts undermine our sense of identity, making us doubt what we consider to be true and fair. Constant confrontation with opposing values can disrupt inner harmony, threatening your integrity as a person. It is like traveling in an unfamiliar area without a sure guide. Every action is accompanied by doubt. Every decision seems false, and confidence in one's own beliefs begins to fade. Seneca taught us to ask the question, does what we do contribute to our well-being or, on the contrary, harm it? Constant inconsistency of principles and beliefs undermines self-esteem and causes waves of stress, anxiety, and alienation. In order to preserve one's identity and inner balance, it is extremely important to notice such differences in time and establish clear boundaries. This will help to preserve the integrity of your nature, stay true to your own ideals, and build relationships based on respect and sincerity. Sometimes solving such problems requires reducing or even stopping interaction with those whose views and values run counter to yours. Such a step, although difficult, becomes the key to preserving your authenticity and creating an environment where you can live without betraying your own beliefs. These actions not only protect your mental health, but also strengthen your commitment to your ideals. By setting priorities, you get rid of internal tension and open the way to building sincere and deep connections in which values unite rather than divide. Emotional exhaustion. Healthy relationships should nourish our soul, be a source of recovery and inspiration. If, instead, communication becomes a cause of fatigue, it is a clear sign that such connections hinder your personal growth and the unfolding of your inner potential. Emotional exhaustion manifests itself in a feeling of emptiness after interactions, loss of interest in previously loved things, and constant exhaustion, which harms both mental and physical condition. Marcus Aurelius instructed that one should live every day as if it were the last, with peace of mind and modesty. This Stoic principle reminds us of the need to maintain inner balance and eliminate what destroys our mental world. If a relationship systematically drains our strength, it becomes an obstacle preventing us from achieving our goals and unlocking our potential. Instead of support, such connections turn into an obstacle to self-realization. Understanding that you are in a cycle of constant emotional exhaustion is vital for maintaining inner well-being. By choosing the path of caring for our mental health, we not only protect ourselves, but also open up a space for people who inspire, appreciate us, and contribute to our development. This strengthens the desire for peace and virtue, the main components of a full life. Manipulation. Behavioral and emotional manipulation is a serious violation of the fundamental principles of honesty and sincerity on which healthy relationships are built. Manipulators hide their intentions and resort to tricks to influence the actions of others, depriving them of freedom of choice. Such behavior distorts the perception of reality and undermines a person's ability to make deliberate and informed decisions. Seneca said, "Don't let anyone control your soul. You should be the master of your actions and the world you live in, not a puppet in someone else's hands." Under the influence of manipulation, our mind becomes clouded, which prevents us from reasoning sensibly and raises doubts about our beliefs. Manipulation strikes at the dignity and authenticity of a person. To maintain internal balance, it is important to learn how to recognize such tricks and build defenses. Self-confidence and rejection of manipulative relationships allow you to regain control of your life and strengthen personal integrity. Emotional manipulation destroys not only mutual trust and respect, but also causes serious damage to the self-esteem and mental state of the victim. Therefore, it is extremely important to learn how to notice such behavior and resist it. This awareness helps to set boundaries, and in some cases, to break off relationships that are based on manipulation. Such actions are a necessary step to protect one's independence and preserve personal harmony. By getting rid of the influence of manipulation, we affirm our loyalty to the virtues of sincerity and honesty. This choice is crucial for maintaining mental clarity, protecting one's own dignity, and respect for oneself and others. In doing so, we pave the way for building relationships based on trust and true reciprocity. Lack of trust. Trust is the core on which any connections are based, personal, professional, or social. His absence undermines the foundations of interaction, creating grounds for doubt and tension. When trust collapses, people begin to live in a state of alertness, deprived of the opportunity to openly express their thoughts and feelings. Loss of trust not only prevents the creation of deep and meaningful connections, but also creates an atmosphere of uncertainty. In such circumstances, any word or action can be perceived with suspicion, which turns minor disagreements into large-scale conflicts. The atmosphere of distrust creates a vicious circle of fear and insecurity, depriving each participant of a sense of security and recognition. In addition, distrust prevents openness and vulnerability, which are essential elements for forming a genuine relationship. Only by opening our hearts and sharing our dreams, fears, and hopes can we establish a deep connection. Without this, the relationship remains superficial and formal. Seneca reminded, "The peace you are looking for is inside you. No one is able to give it from the outside." This teaching emphasizes that trust begins with an inner balance, which we must develop in ourselves. Inner peace becomes the cornerstone in creating a harmonious relationship. Realizing the lack of trust and working to restore it are necessary steps to improve ties. This may require frank conversations about doubts and insecurities. In difficult situations, you may need the help of a mediator or a specialist who will help restore balance. These efforts form the basis for a safe and respectful environment where everyone feels valued and understood. By investing time and effort in building trust, we create strong and deep relationships that can withstand the test of time. We not only restore lost connections, but also develop the ability to interact with the world sincerely and meaningfully, following the principles of virtue and inner harmony. Ill-treatment, any form of cruelty, physical, emotional, verbal, or psychological, grossly violates the foundations of Stoic philosophy, which asserts the importance of respect and dignity for every human being. Such behavior destroys the basic principles of mutual understanding and virtue. The views of Stoics such as Seneca and Marcus Aurelius make it clear that engaging in abusive relationships is contrary to a life based on the principles of virtue and mental balance. The Stoics taught that peace of mind and inner harmony are the highest benefits to be sought. Liberation from abusive relationships is not only an act of self-care, but also a necessary condition for preserving one's own dignity and inner peace. This is an important step that helps not only to protect yourself from further suffering, but also to confirm your value and self-respect. Ending such a relationship can be a difficult task, especially if there is an emotional attachment or social dependence. At such moments, it is important to seek support from loved ones or qualified specialists. The decision to get out of an abusive relationship becomes the starting point on the path to healing and restoring one's dignity. This opens the way to a life based on self-respect and mutual respect, where you decide for yourself how you want to be treated and how to build your connections with others. Such a choice demonstrates our commitment to the highest ethical principles and the pursuit of well-being, which is an inalienable right of everyone. Lack of growth and mutual support. Relationships that lack development and mutual support create stagnation that hinders our personal growth and limits our contribution to the lives of others. When progress and support are lacking, we not only slow down our own development, but also deprive ourselves of the opportunity to fully unleash our abilities and realize our potential. In a harmonious relationship, growth and support serve as the most important pillars that help strengthen mutual understanding and promote personal development. Without these components, the relationship risks becoming a formal commitment or a one-sided effort devoid of depth and true mutual enrichment. Regular reflection on how our relationships are developing is key. This makes sure that relationships create an environment in which our contribution is appreciated and development and well-being are a priority. Such an analysis helps to identify the need to discuss common goals and expectations in order to adapt the interaction and make it more productive and inspiring for both sides. If there is not enough mutual support and joint growth in a relationship, it is important to think about their viability. This does not always mean a break. It often requires conscious work to change the dynamics. Such efforts can breathe new life into a stagnant relationship, turning it into a source of joy and opportunities for joint development. Sometimes it is necessary to reconsider the approach to interaction so that both sides can develop and grow. Making conscious changes in such relationships opens the way to progress, turning stagnation into an incentive for personal and joint growth. As a result, we gain the opportunity to live a more meaningful and fulfilling life, guided by our values and goals. Constant selfishness. In a healthy relationship, the balance between what we give and what we receive is important. This reflects mutual respect and the pursuit of justice. When one of the parties regularly puts its own interests above the needs of the other, it destroys the foundation of a harmonious relationship. Stoicism, which proclaims the importance of justice and emotional balance, rejects such behavior because it undermines equality and mutual understanding. Constant selfishness leads to an imbalance, making the relationship one-sided and unsupported. This disrupts the foundation of healthy relationships and prevents both participants from remaining calm and following virtue. Those who feel deprived of attention or recognition inevitably face disappointment and resentment, which over time further weakens the mutual bond. For strength and harmony in a relationship, it is important to be aware of the manifestations of selfishness and eliminate them. This requires sincere discussions of expectations and needs aimed at restoring a balance where both sides feel their importance and respect. In some cases, it may be necessary to establish clear boundaries or review the nature of interaction in order to return equality and reciprocity. Overcoming such difficulties helps to preserve the internal integrity of each participant and strengthen mutual ties. By forming a space where altruism and attention to each other prevail, we demonstrate loyalty to the Stoic principles of justice and virtue, the foundations of personal and shared prosperity. Destructive communication. Communication is the basis of any deep connections, and its style directly affects the quality of interaction. When a dialogue is filled with criticism, negativity, or destructive statements, it undermines emotional balance and disrupts harmony. Stoics, who valued harmony and stability in relationships, emphasized that the purpose of communication is to promote the well-being and growth of all involved. If the style of interaction generates tension and conflicts, this is a sure sign of the need for change. Destructive communication not only erodes trust and respect, but can also lead to emotional fatigue, frustration, and an increase in distance between people. When words become a tool of destruction instead of creation, communication loses its purpose to be a bridge to mutual understanding. Recognizing such destructive patterns and eliminating them is a step towards restoring harmony. This may include developing communication rules that exclude negativity and promote respectful dialogue. In difficult cases, contacting an intermediary or consultant may become necessary in order to change the tone of communication to a healthier and more constructive one. By promoting constructive interaction, we not only improve the quality of relationships, but also create an atmosphere where everyone feels heard, respected, and important. The transition from destructive forms of communication to creative ones strengthens mutual support and lays the foundation for strong, meaningful ties. Respect for personal needs and boundaries. Awareness and recognition of the needs and boundaries of each person forms the foundation of a harmonious and sustainable relationship. Systematic disregard of these aspects indicates a lack of respect, which can seriously undermine self-esteem and disrupt the inner peace of all participants in the interaction. From the point of view of Stoic philosophy, mutual respect is not just an act of courtesy, but the basis of virtue and inner balance. When your boundaries and needs are regularly ignored, it may indicate that such a relationship is contrary to your ethical principles and life values. As a result, you may feel invisible and unappreciated, which undermines your self-esteem and prevents you from living in harmony with yourself. Moreover, the lack of attention to your needs narrows the space for personal growth, depriving you of the opportunity to lead a life filled with meaning and authenticity. Recognizing such problems and addressing them is important for your relationship to reflect the values of respect and sincere care. To change such a situation, it requires a clear and confident statement of your expectations and needs. The establishment of clear boundaries and their observance serve to protect your dignity, creating conditions for building an atmosphere of mutual respect. If the relationship is not amenable to change, it may be worth considering ending it. Creating an environment based on honesty and respect allows you to strengthen relationships by making them more satisfying and conducive to your well-being. Lack of mutual responsibility. True partnership in a relationship is based on mutual responsibility when both sides equally share obligations. If one of the parties systematically avoids responsibility or participation in conflict resolution, this upsets the balance and causes a sense of injustice. Such behavior contradicts the Stoic ideals of justice and honesty, which inevitably undermines trust and disrupts the emotional harmony underlying a strong relationship. The Stoics argued that true virtue manifests itself in a willingness to take responsibility, especially in difficult moments. When one of the partners constantly avoids their responsibilities, they place a disproportionate burden on the other, which causes disappointment and internal protest. If this imbalance is not corrected, it will inevitably destroy the trust and respect that are the cornerstones of a healthy relationship. To overcome such difficulties, it is necessary that both sides strive to honestly assess their actions and meaningfully discuss their consequences. This includes acknowledging your own mistakes, sincerely apologizing, and being willing to make changes to prevent similar problems from happening again. Encouraging mutual responsibility strengthens the foundations of a relationship, creating a space where justice and trust can flourish. This approach makes connections more balanced and harmonious, providing each participant with an opportunity for personal growth and self-realization. Now that you have realized the value of mutual responsibility, think about how these principles can be implemented in your life. All progress begins with awareness and manifests itself through actions. Share your experiences in the comments. Your stories can inspire our community to create stronger and more respectful bonds. If you find this video useful, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to keep up to date with new content. Let your life be an example of harmony, perseverance, and virtue. See you in the next issues. Today I will share with you an ancient story about a mentor who understood the true nature of water and its effect on the body. This story tells how the proper use of water can save us from many ailments, such as joint pain, digestive disorders, and chronic fatigue. Friends, let us get started. Many of us are so used to the presence of water in our lives that we take it for granted. We drink it whenever we want, without thinking about how and at what time it is better to do it. But such neglect leads to mistakes that can undermine health. Water, this seemingly mundane element, is the basis of our body as vital activity. For the proper functioning of organs and the elimination of harmful substances, it is important to approach its use consciously. Water is able to support us in a variety of ways, from weight loss to filling the body with energy. But if you do not understand how to drink it correctly, even the healthiest food loses its benefits, and the body begins to suffer. Improper use of water can lead to a variety of problems: constipation, bloating, weakness, impaired liver function, kidney stones, decreased immunity, allergic reactions, rashes, dry skin, joint pain, excess fat accumulation, hair loss, insomnia, headaches, and other unpleasant symptoms. In this video, we will discuss in detail why water is so important, what function it performs in the body, how much it needs to be drunk, and how to do it correctly. You will learn how to understand that your body suffers from a lack of water, how much to drink at a time, when it is better to drink water and at what temperature, warm or cold. In addition, we will talk about how proper water intake helps both gain weight and reduce it. This knowledge will be useful to anyone who seeks to maintain balance in their body. There was once a wise mentor who taught people the secrets of health. His beard was long, and his words were simple, but filled with deep truth. Among his students, there was once a young man who asked, "Teacher, how can ordinary water be the cause of diseases? After all, this is the basis of life." To this, the mentor replied, "The inability to properly use water can really lead to serious problems that people rarely think about." Then he addressed the audience and said, "Today I will tell you some simple but important rules on how to drink water so that it strengthens your health and protects you from diseases. Apply them in your life, and your body will be grateful to you." Listen carefully, friends, because the wisdom given by water can be the key to your longevity and inner balance. Follow these simple instructions for 12 days, and you will notice significant changes in your body, said the wise mentor. Why is water so important for our lives? It has all about its nature. The human body consists of 6,070 water. This life-giving source is necessary for the functioning of all major systems, from the kidneys and liver to the lungs and digestive tract. Water supports the vital functions of organs and strengthens the health of every cell in our body. Continuing his speech, the mentor remarked, "The first thing to realize is how much water our body needs every day. There are minimum and maximum standards that should be observed, as well as signs that signal a lack of water. If the body does not have enough water, it sends us signs. The color of urine darkens, the work of the stomach slows down, the skin becomes dry, loses elasticity and radiance. Ignoring these signals over time can lead to serious health problems. That is why it is important to drink enough water every day. But the question arises, what kind of water? Hot, cool, or room temperature? It is necessary to answer this. Although water does not contain calories, its value is enormous. It helps to remove unnecessary substances, moisturizes the skin, maintains mental clarity, improves digestion, vision, strengthens bones, and ensures the smooth functioning of all body systems. The mentor added, "A person can do without tea, juices, and other drinks, but without water his existence is unthinkable." Every day our body loses about 2 liters of water through sweat, urine, and breathing. Therefore, it is vital to replenish this reserve. How much water does it take to maintain health? It depends on many factors: weight, climate, physical activity level, and health status. On average, it is recommended to consume 23 liters of water per day, which corresponds to 1,012 glasses. In the heat or with high physical activity, the volume of water should be increased, because in such conditions its losses increase. However, the mentor warned, what happens if you drink too much water? Excessive consumption can overload the kidneys and lead to a decrease in sodium levels in the blood. But such cases are rare because it is difficult for many to drink 56 liters per day. It is important to remember that water, like everything else, requires moderation. Thus, following these simple but wise tips, you can strengthen your body and find a way to harmony. The mentor also explained how much water should be consumed at a time and how to choose its temperature correctly. Listen carefully, because proper drinking is the cornerstone of your health. He concluded, many people are sure that water can be drunk at any time and in any quantity, but this opinion is far from the truth. The way we consume water has a significant impact on our body. Different approaches can both improve health and harm it. For example, it is important to drink water slowly and sitting down. Before swallowing a sip, hold the water in your mouth for a few seconds. This will allow saliva, which has alkaline properties, to mix with water and reduce the level of acidity in the stomach, which improves digestion. However, if you drink water standing up or too fast, the kidneys will not be able to filter it effectively. In addition, you should not drink water directly from the bottle. Gases from the air enter the body along with water, which can eventually cause joint pain. It is better to pour water into a glass and drink it slowly, taking 45 small sips. It is enough to drink no more than 5 glasses at a time, exactly as much as the feeling of thirst requires. Drinking a large volume of water at a time is also undesirable. Unfortunately, the kidneys do not have time to process the excess, and the body removes them too quickly. Another common mistake is drinking very cold water, especially from the refrigerator. Before the body can use such water, it spends energy heating it to body temperature. This not only slows down digestion, but also makes the food in the stomach more solid, which increases the risk of constipation. Water at room or slightly warm temperature is considered the most suitable for consumption. It is more easily absorbed by the body, accelerates digestive processes, and promotes stomach health. The mentor stressed that it is important to know not only how, but also when to drink water. Many people make mistakes in choosing the time to drink, which can cause various ailments. Following these simple principles, you will not only strengthen your health, but also find inner harmony. The mentor explained that there is nothing wrong with taking 12 small sips of water before a meal. This moisturizes the throat, makes it easier to swallow dry food, and helps to avoid hiccups. However, drinking a whole glass or a large amount of water before or immediately after a meal is a serious misconception. This weakens the effect of gastric juice, slows down digestive processes, and complicates the work of the stomach. By understanding how and at what time to drink water, you will preserve the health of your body and get rid of a lot of troubles. Water is a vital element, but its use requires a reasonable approach. For example, you should not drink water immediately after eating. Wait for 20 minutes or even an hour before the meal. A glass of water will prepare the stomach for eating. The mentor also warned against the habit of drinking water before going to bed or at night, especially in case of sudden awakenings. At night, the body is at rest, and the kidneys become less active. Drinking water at such times overloads their work, which can cause damage to these organs and interrupted sleep due to frequent trips to the toilet. Therefore, it is better to quench thirst during the day, when the body actively processes liquid. If you notice that the urine has become transparent, this is a signal that there is enough water in the body. At such moments, take a break from drinking, allowing the kidneys to rest. After going to the toilet, you should wait 1,520 minutes before quenching your thirst again. The mentor noted another important point: you should not drink water immediately after fruits such as bananas, watermelons, grapes, or oranges. This can make digestion more difficult, making the food in the stomach more dense, and in some cases even provoke a cold. By analogy, after hot drinks such as tea or coffee, you should also not drink water, as this can harm your teeth and gums. The mentor paid special attention to the morning hours, as we wash the vessels before a meal, so the stomach requires cleansing every morning. By drinking a glass or two of water on an empty stomach, you will help the body get rid of toxins accumulated overnight and prepare it for a new day. This ritual is especially useful if you observe an hour interval before eating and repeat drinking an hour after eating. These are the wise instructions leading to the attainment of health and harmony. At night, it is better to avoid excessive water consumption by replacing it with a glass of milk drunk an hour after dinner. Milk containing protein serves as a source of energy, which is slowly consumed during the night and also helps to relax and improve sleep. Following these recommendations, you can not only get the maximum benefit from drinking water, but also maintain the health of the body and mind. To get a good night's sleep, try to calm your thoughts during the day. Set an hour interval between water intakes so that you consume from 1 to 3 liters of liquid per day. If you spend time in the sun, running or exercising, drink water in small portions, avoiding drinking a whole glass at once. At the moment of exertion, the body retains a high temperature, and excessive amounts of water can cause more harm than good. During activity, it is enough to take several sips when feeling thirsty. After training, it is allowed to drink a full glass of water, but it is better to wait an hour before that. This drinking regime contributes to the normal functioning of the body and supports digestive health, which is necessary for weight management. Without effective digestion, it is almost impossible to change body weight. Following this method of drinking water for 12 days, you will notice noticeable improvements in your well-being and inner state. We often strive for beauty, youth, and longevity, hoping to avoid diseases. But modern life, full of stress and fatigue, weakens even the youngest. Nature has generously endowed us with resources that, if used wisely, can improve our health. However, many people choose medicines or expensive products, believing in their miraculous properties, although sometimes they do more harm than good. If you want to avoid diseases, it is important to learn how to use the gifts of nature. Carefully listen to these instructions to the end and share them with your loved ones. Now let us turn to the story of the wise master of Ayurveda. Returning to his hut, the guru walked through the village. Tired from the long journey, he sat down under a tree to rest for a while. Soon a crowd of people gathered around him, worshipping his wisdom and enlightenment. They begged him to share his knowledge. Listening to them, the guru smiled and asked, "What is your problem?" One of the men, who was barely 40 years old, stepped forward. "My body is exhausted. I can't do any work. I feel like my legs are refusing to hold me. I am not able to walk even a short distance. Diseases are firmly established in my body. I have looked for help in many places, but without success. Please show me the way to healing." Despite numerous attempts to regain my health, I did not feel significant changes. My life may be long, but in this state it will lose all joy and meaning. At that time, there was a young man among the audience, only 25 years old, but his appearance was deceiving. There were wrinkles on his face, and fatigue made him look like an old man. Bowing before the guru, he said, "O wisest one, although I am only 25 years old, my body and spirit are exhausted. My face is covered with wrinkles, and my energy has long since dried up. I hardly do any work. I get tired quickly, and laziness takes over me. Every initiative goes out, and I don't want anything. Tell us how to preserve health and energy without spending a lot of money." The guru, after listening to all the complaints, replied with a kind smile, "There is a way that will not require significant expenses from you, but will bring healing to your body and spirit. This method is simple, safe, and will strengthen your strength." Hearing these words, people became animated and eagerly asked the guru to reveal this secret. The guru continued, "Today I will tell you about fruits, which are treasures of nature. They are especially important for those who have crossed the 50th anniversary. Daily consumption of these fruits will save you from many ailments, strengthen your health, and keep you cheerful for many years." Among the useful fruits, the guru identified 4: figs, raisins, lemon, and apple. He added, "You may be wondering why these fruits are so important. Let me explain their properties in detail and warn those who should avoid using them." Starting the story, the guru pointed to papaya as one of the main gifts of nature. "This fruit," he said, "is not just food, but a true boon for older people. Papaya is rich in vitamins, minerals, and fiber, rich in vitamin C and A, as well as other vital substances. The special value of papaya lies in its ability to maintain the health of the digestive system. With age, this system becomes vulnerable, and papaya, thanks to the enzyme papain, helps to facilitate the digestion of food. It promotes better absorption of nutrients, which is especially important for a mature body." The guru continued to reveal intimate knowledge about the properties of other fruits, assuring listeners that these gifts of nature will strengthen their body, sharpen their mind, and fill their lives with energy. Papaya is a generous gift from nature, rich in vitamins A, B, C, and D, as well as minerals such as phosphorus and potassium. It is full of antioxidants, proteins, and carbohydrates, which are necessary for maintaining vitality. Its regular use is especially useful for those who often encounter colds and coughs, as papaya strengthens the immune system weakened with age. Vitamin C, which is abundantly contained in this fruit, helps to quickly restore the body's defenses, which makes it indispensable for older people. Aging skin often loses moisture, which leads to the formation of wrinkles. Vitamins A and C present in papaya nourish the skin, helping to keep it fresh and healthy even in adulthood. Thus, papaya becomes not only an ally of health, but also of beauty. The guru paid special attention to the antioxidant lycopene, which is found in papaya. This element reduces the risk of cancer and provides support to those undergoing treatment. The high content of vitamin A makes papaya beneficial for the skin and eyesight, maintaining their health and restoring their natural radiance. Vitamin A also plays a key role in the formation of blood and the maintenance of many vital processes. Then the guru went on to talk about apples, calling them a natural healer who can get rid of many ailments. He stressed, "Eat 1 apple a day and you will forget the way to the doctor. For people over the age of 50, This fruit becomes especially important. Apples are rich in fiber, vitamins, and many useful substances that support heart health. Soluble fiber helps lower cholesterol levels, reducing the risk of cardiovascular disease, which increases over the years. Apples also contribute to weight control, which becomes more relevant with age. When metabolism slows down, they are low in calories, but rich in fiber, which helps maintain a feeling of satiety and prevents overeating. The fruit helps to maintain normal blood sugar levels, which is extremely important for people with diabetes. The fiber contained in apples improves the functioning of the digestive system, relieves constipation, and promotes a healthy metabolism. Vitamin C, abundantly presented in this fruit, fights free radicals, improves skin condition, and strengthens the overall immune system. Apples also contain vitamin D, which supports the strength of bones, preventing their fragility in adulthood. This fruit promotes healthy skin, hair, and metabolism, which is especially important for those who strive to age with dignity, preserving strength, youth, and beauty. Thus, papaya and apples are not just fruits, but precious sources of health that nature has given us to strengthen our body and spirit. The Guru reminded that not only apples serve as guardians of health. Raisins, dried grapes filled with iron and powerful antioxidants, also deserve attention. It becomes especially useful in adulthood, when the body begins to lose its former strength. After 50 years, bones, alas, become fragile and vulnerable to osteoporosis. Raisins, due to the content of boron and calcium, maintain their strength, preventing destruction. Regular use of it is the key to bone strength and resistance to age-related tests. But this is not his only virtue. Raisins also have a beneficial effect on digestion. The fiber contained in it helps to improve intestinal function, eliminates constipation, and normalizes the functions of the gastrointestinal tract. This is especially important for people in old age, when the digestive system begins to malfunction. Raisins, rich in natural sugar, help maintain energy. Its light carbohydrates quickly saturate the body, restoring vigor and activity, which are so necessary when age tends to take away strength. However, those who suffer from diabetes should exercise caution. Before including raisins in the diet, it is wise to consult a doctor so as not to disrupt the balance of sugar in the blood. But that is not all. Raisins take care of the heart, reducing the level of harmful cholesterol and reducing the risk of cardiovascular ailments. It helps reduce triglyceride concentrations, preventing serious illnesses such as stroke or heart attack. Its antioxidants, like invisible guardians, protect cells from damage caused by free radicals and protect the body from cancer. Finally, the dietary fiber of raisins plays an important role in maintaining vascular health. They prevent their blockage, contribute to the normalization of blood pressure, and reduce the likelihood of hypertension. Thus, raisins are not just dried fruits, but a real gift of nature that supports health and harmony at any age. Now let us turn to lemon, the source of strength and purity. This fruit, rich in vitamin C and flavonoids, acts as a faithful guardian of health, especially when the body begins to weaken over the years. Vitamin C contained in lemon, like a shield, protects against ailments that so often overwhelm people in adulthood. It helps fight infections by preventing diseases that can last a long time and require significant efforts to recover. In addition, lemon supports the water balance in the body, helping to prevent the formation of kidney stones, a problem that is becoming more common with age. The simple habit of drinking lemon juice daily can significantly reduce the risk of their occurrence. Lemon, filled with antioxidants, protects the body from the destructive effects of free radicals and slows down the aging process. This fruit also helps to preserve youth by strengthening cells and eliminating the deficiency of nutrients that makes a person vulnerable to age-related changes. Regular consumption of lemon water helps to improve the condition of the skin, smoothing wrinkles and maintaining its radiance. Even in adulthood, it allows you to look and feel younger. The Guru reminded that the use of these four gifts of nature, apples, papaya, raisins, and lemon should be done with prudence, avoiding excess. After the sage completed his instruction, those present thanked him for his valuable knowledge and went home to start a new chapter in their lives. The Guru himself, accompanied by his disciples, returned to his ashram to continue the service of wisdom. Friends, share your thoughts on what new things you have learned from this teaching. Tell this story to your loved ones so that they also find health and joy. If these words have benefited you, do not forget to express your gratitude by putting a sign of approval and subscribing to our channel so as not to miss new revelations. May health and harmony be with you until our next meeting.